High in the Ethiopian highlands, a dynasty held sway for centuries. This is the story of its final emperor, Haile Selassie, born Tafari Makonnen in 1892. He ascended to emperor in 1930. A modernizer who clung to tradition, revered and reviled. He led Ethiopia into the League of Nations, a beacon of African sovereignty. Yet beneath the veneer of advancement simmered discontent. The world watched as Haile Selassie stood as a symbol of Africa's resilience. Selassie's reign was marked by periods of great triumph and profound adversity. The Italian invasion of 1935 tested the nation's resolve. Selassie, in exile, rallied international support, his impassioned plea before the League of Nations echoing through the halls of history. His return to Ethiopia in 1941, after years of Italian occupation, marked a pivotal moment in African history. It was a victory against colonialism, a testament to Ethiopia's indomitable spirit. Yet peace proved elusive. The wallow famine of the 1970s, a devastating period of drought and starvation, exposed the vulnerabilities of Selassie's regime. The world watched in horror as images of emaciated children and desolate landscapes filled their screens. The famine became a symbol of the government's inability to address the plight of its people. Student protests, fueled by social inequalities and political repression, rocked the nation. They demanded change, their voices echoing the growing discontent among the populace. Selassie, once hailed as a liberator, now faced accusations of authoritarianism and indifference. The year 1974 marked a turning point in Ethiopian history. The whispers of discontent, long simmering beneath the surface, erupted into open revolt. The Derg, a committee of military officers, seized power in a bloodless coup. Selassie, the emperor who had ruled for over 4 decades, was deposed. The nation watched in stunned silence as the Lion of Judah was caged, his reign brought to an abrupt and unceremonious end. The coup was swift and decisive. Selassie, once a towering figure on the world stage, was placed under house arrest. The Derg, led by Mengistu Haile Mariam, promised a new era of socialism and equality, but their promises rang hollow as they unleashed a reign of terror that would plunge Ethiopia into darkness. The Derg's rise to power marked the end of an era, the closing chapter of Selassie's reign. It ushered in a period of uncertainty and fear as the nation grappled with the sudden and dramatic shift in power. The Derg's grip on power tightened with each passing day. Their reign was marked by brutality and repression, silencing any voice that dared to speak out against them. Selassie's family, once living a life of privilege and prestige, became targets of the new regime. Stripped of their status and possessions, they faced the harsh realities of life under the Derg's iron fist. Among those imprisoned were Selassie's own children and grandchildren, torn from their lives of luxury and thrust into the abyss of political imprisonment. Subject to inhumane conditions, they endured years of confinement, their fate uncertain, their hopes dwindling with each passing day. The Derg's cruelty knew no bounds, their reign of terror leaving an indelible scar on the nation's psyche. Families were torn apart, their lives shattered by the regime's brutality. The once vibrant tapestry of Ethiopian society was ripped apart, its threads scattered by the winds of fear and oppression. Yeshikasa, Selassie's great-granddaughter, was just a child when the coup occurred. Growing up in exile, she only knew of her family's past through fragmented stories and whispered memories. Her journey to uncover the truth about her family's fate and Selassie's legacy forms the crux of the documentary Grandpa Was an Emperor. Driven by a desire to reconcile with her family's history, Yeshi embarks on a pilgrimage back to Ethiopia. She visits the dilapidated prison where her family was held captive, walks through the halls where her grandfather once held court, and confronts the ghosts of a past that continue to haunt her. Her journey is one of pain, discovery, and ultimately a quest for closure. Through her eyes, we see the human cost of the Derg's brutality, the enduring legacy of a regime that sought to erase a family's history. Thousands of miles away from the political turmoil of Ethiopia, a spiritual movement found inspiration in Haile Selassie. Rastafarianism, a religion born in the slums of Jamaica, embraced Selassie as the living embodiment of God, the returned Messiah. His image, adorned with dreadlocks and a regal gaze, became an iconic symbol of the movement. To Rastafarians, Selassie was more than just a political leader. He was a symbol of black liberation, a beacon of hope for the oppressed. His message of Pan-African unity resonated deeply with the Rastafarian community, who saw in him a leader who transcended borders and race. Selassie's deification by the Rastafarian movement added another layer of complexity to his legacy. While his reign in Ethiopia was marked by both progress and turmoil, his image continued to inspire a global movement seeking social justice and spiritual enlightenment. Grandpa Was an Emperor is more than just a historical documentary. It is a deeply personal exploration of family loss and the enduring power of the human spirit. Through Yeshi's eyes, we see the human cost of political upheaval, the enduring legacy of a regime that sought to erase a family's history. The film does not shy away from the complexities of Selassie's reign. It acknowledges the criticisms leveled against him, the social inequalities and political repression that marred his later years. Yet it also celebrates his achievements, his role as a Pan-African leader who stood up against colonialism and championed Africa's place on the world stage. The documentary serves as a poignant reminder that history is not merely a collection of dates and events. It is a tapestry woven from the lives of individuals and families caught in the currents of time. Grandpa Was an Emperor is a powerful testament to the importance of remembering the past, even as we strive to understand its complexities. It is a story that needed to be told, a legacy unveiled for the world to see.